This Wednesday's classic Unreported World is as relevant today as when it was first broadcast in April. Tension between North Korea and the US is spreading fears that nuclear war could break out at any moment. But some North Koreans do escape the regime, with more than 30,000 defectors now living in South Korea. There's even a TV show that quizzes them about their lives in the North. Seyi Rhodes went to South Korea's capital, Seoul, to see the show in action.
I'm on the set of one of South Korea's hit TV shows.
생생한 북한 이야기, 오늘의 주제 어떤 건지 궁금한데요.
The show lifts the lid on North Korea under Kim Jong-un.
Tensions between this country and its northern neighbour have recently reached an all-time high. North Korea have been accused of several missile launches this year, as well as allegedly an assassination. But the way that people here in the south have been finding out about their northern neighbour is through an entertainment show, which is being filmed over there.
Its stars have fled the North Korean regime.
감자, 옥수수, 진짜 염소도 맞췄어요.
The show's called Now on My Way to Meet You, and it's featured over 400 North Korean defectors since it first aired in 2011. South Korean celebrities quiz the defectors on life across the border in secretive North Korea. Choi Sook, formerly a music teacher in North Korea, tells viewers there's rampant corruption.
저는 북한에서 학생들을 한 600명 정도 가르치고 그중에서도
She explains she took bribes from parents to get their children into a top school.
집에 가전제품은 물론이고 제일 크게 받은 건 집 선물 받았어요. 집을? 네.
The show's producers say they use all the tricks of Korean showbiz TV to bring serious stories to their audience. They say their show supports the idea of a reunified North and South Korea. It gets millions of viewers and has made celebrities out of some of the defectors.
Seems to be a general theme with this show. North Korean defectors are typically young, almost always attractive, and the vast majority of them are female. But the show producers have told me to keep a particular eye on Eun-hee, who's just on the left of the stage up there. Apparently she's a rising star on this show and off it. Eun-hee? Hi, I'm Seyi. Nice to meet you. Okay.
I've arranged to meet up with Eun-hee after the show. I want to find out why she decided to escape North Korea.
Hello, Eun-hee?
Hey, wow!
Hi.
Welcome to my house.
Thank you. I'm Seyi.
Nice to see you.
You too. Cool, thanks for having me.
Eun-hee is 26. She defected 4 years ago. She tells me North Koreans aren't supposed to run private businesses, but many do. Her family had a car dealership and were part of an emerging middle class.
Why did you leave?
For freedom. I love freedom, but I have a mouth, but I cannot speak everything. If I speak about Kim family, I couldn't die. I hate it.
She tells me smuggled videos from outside North Korea made her want to defect.
What did you see in the videos that made you think you have to leave?
여자들이 핫팬츠도 입고 그다음에 긴 그 머리도 하고 막 여름에 막 예쁘게 하고 다니는데 이제 나는 그렇게 하고 다니면 맨날 단속당에서 12시까지 서서 있어야 되고.
Other defectors also claim the government demands a conservative dress code. Aged 22, she left.
세계 여행을 해보고 싶어요.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Seoul is only 30 miles from North Korea, but the two countries are technically still at war, 60 years after the fighting ended. The border remains a front line. Eun-hee had to travel the long way round.
북한에는 교통의 자유가 없기 때문에 여기서 이제 내 고향에서 양강도까지 가는데 3일 걸렸어요.
She spent 7 days travelling through China, terrified she'd be arrested and sent back to North Korea.
그래서 항상 이렇게 잡혀서 죽을까봐 두려웠고, 그리고 이제 지금 다시 가라고 하면 못 갈 것 같아.
After 4 months, a network of people smugglers got her to Thailand, and from there she reached freedom in South Korea.
Where is Thailand?
Thailand's all the way down here.
Wow, so
Yeah.
far.
That's what I mean.
Oh my god.
The smugglers charge about $7,000. They know the South Korean government gives defectors generous resettlement grants. Eun-hee was such a success on the TV show, they keep asking her back. She now has thousands of fans and chats to them on live stream.
지영 강사님 안녕하세요. 잘 지내고 계신 거죠? Come to here, Shay.
Okay.
Today, she's announcing she's about to start university. Fees from her TV appearances have helped her afford it.
너무 많이 떨려요. 그리고 이제 너무 이제 그게 근심이 되고 정말 내가 내일 아침에 가서 그리고 이제 세터로 갔을 때 내가 북한 사람이라고 말했을 때 친구들이 나를 어떻게 받아들여 줄까 꼭 걱정하지 않아도 될 듯해요. 항미 고마워. 근데 많이 걱정돼. 우리 항미는 내년에 이제 대학을 가게 되니까. Good night.
I've come back to the Channel A studios to meet the team of writers and producers who are behind the show now on my way to meet you. I'm told they're hard at work putting together next week's show.
Hyo-sun Kong is the series producer of the show. She's invited me to have a sneak peek at the rehearsals. As well as sharing their stories, the defectors show off their talents.
It's good, it's good. Do you think people in North Korea watch this show?
저희 프로그램에 출연하는 가장 최근에 탈북하신 분들을 얘기를 듣자고 하면 그분들이 말씀하시기를 희망갑을 DVR이라든가 영상을 통해서 북한에서도 본다고 하더라고요. 몰래. 한국에 가면 저렇게 저 TV에 나오는 사람들처럼 편하게 얘기를 하고 어떤 공감대를 나눌 수 있는 어떤 그런 곳이 있겠구나라는 어느 정도의 생각을 한다고 들었습니다.
Defector Yoo Hyun-ju used to work in a North Korean propaganda unit. Now she uses the same skills to mock the regime.
한 사람같이 떨쳐 나서자.
연기를 너무 잘해요.
She's good, she's good.
This week's show is on bribery.
북한의 뇌물에 관한 어떤 기본 구조를 우리가 좀 더 시청자들에게 쉽게 설명하기 위한 판넬을 준비한 거예요. 그래서 여기 보시면 군인과
Defectors say government officials are demanding more bribes because they know people are making money from the growing black market economy.
It seems like this is a really important show to describe how North Korea has changed. And, you know, it's not necessarily as communist as it used to be in the past.
구조가 무너진 지 오래됐고 장마당 그러니까 사실은 북한식 자본주의가 많이 지금 그 사회를 지배하고 있기 때문에 이 사람들이 어쨌든지 돈을 벌어야 하는 구조가 돼 있고
아니 그렇다고 안 내면 안 낸다고 쫄크지. 내면 더 내라고 쫄크지.
예쁜 사람 찾아봤자.
The production team are selecting the guests for next week's show.
자, 수림 씨 얘기가 섹시해?
수림 씨는 사실 더 인터뷰를 하기로 했거든요.
자, 그럼 픽스하지 말고
They're competing for ratings with other defector TV shows, so they're always searching for the most sensational stories.
여보 이슬.
So the thing that really strikes me is that when you speak to some of these people, they have very serious stories. Some of them very sad stories. But you guys are doing entertainment. How do you match the kind of serious, quite dark stories that they tell with entertainment?
가끔 이렇게 예능 프로 엔터테인먼트적인 요소가 있는 프로그램은 맞는데 저희가 그거를 뭐 한 달 기준으로 아니면 녹화를 하는 2회분 기준으로 이렇게 한 번씩 회차를 조율해서 맞추는 거죠.
Hundreds of defectors apply to be on the show. The team's watching an audition tape of a new guest they're considering, Sooyoung Lee. Apparently, corrupt officials tore her family apart.
가슴 아픈 이야기도 많고 음악감에 나와서 그거 이야기해 드리려고 나왔습니다. 감사합니다.
Sooyoung Lee is a name she's taken to help protect her family who still live in North Korea. Soo-Jung lives and works as a hairdresser 3 hours south of Seoul in a town called Yangsan. Her aunt is a regular on the show and put her forward for the audition.
Oh, Soo-Jung? Hi.
She arrived in 2015. Unlike TV star Eun-hee, whose family had money, Soo-Young's life in North Korea was very different. She's still adapting to her new life here.
그런 두려움도 많았죠. 내가 이제 앞으로 여기서 거의 집에 있을 때는 막 부모나 형제 밑에서 살았는데 여기 나와서는 내가 어떻게 혼자서 살아야 되고.
Before we head out, I'm eager to find out more about her life in North Korea.
How's this flat different to where you used to live in North Korea?
북한에서는 그 아파트에서 막 이게 불도 뗄 수 있고 아파트에서 막 물이 제대로 나오는 거 아니고 물 다 길어서 다니는 것 같아. 그래서 나는 북한의 아파트는 땅집보다도 나는 너무 싫어했어요. 근데 여기 와 보니까 아파트가 너무 막 화장실도 집에 있고.
Soo-Jung escaped thanks to her uncle, who'd already defected to South Korea. He paid for smugglers to contact her and take her to freedom. She remembers the famine of the mid-90s. Some experts estimate up to 1 million people died.
그 고난의 행군 딱 들어가면서 엄청 고생도 하고 너무 진짜 하루에 밥 한 끼도 아니고 그냥 죽 한 끼 먹으면 잘 먹은 것 같아.
Then things got even worse. She says corrupt soldiers had her father thrown into prison and her family was sent to live in the mountains.
How did you and your mum survive?
이런 걸 해서 저희는 뭐 학교도 다 포기하고 거의 먹고 사는데 막 산에 가서 막 풀 캐서 먹기도 하고.
How did all those experiences change the way you felt about the country and the government there?
그런 거 있어요. 막 그냥 돈 없는 사람이랑 돈 있는 사람이랑 법도 좀 그거 좀 공정했으면 좋겠어요. 지금은 거의 돈으로 다 해결한다고 해도 나는 그 법만 좀 공정했으면 좋겠어요. 저는 아무 생각 없이 그냥 빨리 여기서 나는 빨리 가야 되겠다 라는 걸로 해서 그냥 탈북한 것 같아요.
Today, Eun-hee's heading to her first ever class at Chungang University.
Eun-hee? Hello.
Good morning.
How are you? Yeah. Okay, yeah. You nervous?
Yeah, I'm nervous a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, first time.
She's going to study business. In North Korea, all transport is supposed to be government-run, but Eun-hee worked on a black market bus service.
북한에서는 모든 여자들이 장사를 해서 자전거를 사용을 해야 돼요. 남자들은 매일매일 직장에 가서 일하기 때문에 이제 여자들이 가정을 벌어먹여 살리는 편이라서. Oh, yeah, you have to get off.
This one?
Yeah.
Over 70% of defectors are women. Eun-hee says this is because working in the black market gives them contacts with foreign traders.
I'm so nervous for you now. Good luck.
Yeah, I will do it.
I'm sure you will.
Alright, let's start. One. Good afternoon. My name is Jan Vincent Galas, and this is Debate in Business. Debate. What's the first thing that comes into your head?
Just it is English class, so
Alright, it's an English class.
yeah, so first thing I cannot understand English everything, so I'm worried.
Don't worry. Everyone's worried.
The next day, Soo-Jung arrives in Seoul for her TV debut. We've introduced her to someone who knows all about life in the limelight, Eun-hee.
You're the expert. Gangnam. Okay, cool. Right, that's enough. We look like tourists. We're tourists.
We're in Gangnam, one of the liveliest districts in Seoul, where wealth and fashion are on display.
The same in North Korea? Do people pay attention to their appearance?
여기만큼은 없죠. 여기만큼 언제 뭐 먹고 살기 잘 사는 사람들, 뭐 차를 타고 다닌다거나 돈 좀 있는 사람들은 뭔가 외모에 신경 쓰려고 뭐 일본에서 들어오는 옷을 입는다거나 한국 옷을 입는다거나
It's Soo-Young's first shopping experience in the capital.
Yeah. Oh dear, she's just been signed up to the full-on membership card. She's put her email address in. I noticed the lady behind the counter ticked all the options for her. How do you get these kinds of things in North Korea? Are there shops or how do you get it?
이런 거 장마당에 있어요, 파는데. 갈 수는 있는데 엄청 비싸가지고 뭐 별로 생일 때 한번 선물은 받은 것 같아요.
Do you think you've changed since you first came to South Korea?
너무 많이 달라졌고 그거는 질문을 하면 내가 말할 게 너무 많아서 할 수 없을 정도로 나는 너무 많이 변했고 왜냐면 변해가고 있고 그리고 자유를 이제 얻다 보니까 내가 할 수 있는 모든 것들을 다 할 수 있고 공부도 할 수 있고 예쁜 이어링 사면서 이어링도 살 수 있고 그리고 이제 짧은 치마도 입을 수 있고 그러니까 머리 헤어 컬러도 바꿀 수 있고 내 모든 것을 다 할 수 있다는 게 너무 행복한 것 같아요. 오늘 반가웠고 이제 나중에
Eun-hee has undergone a huge transformation, one that Soo-Jung is only just starting.
바이바이.
Bye.
Tomorrow, Soo-Jung will appear on a national TV show, where she'll get the chance to tell her story.
It's 5:30 in the morning and I've just turned up to the studios where they film Now on My Way to Meet You. It's been a stressful week getting all the contributors together, but everyone should be turning up in the next half hour, and it's going to be a long day filming.
It's amazing to see what they can do with makeup, which is really useful because Soo-Jung is so nervous that ever since I met her, her cheeks have been bright red.
Over breakfast, Soo-Jung meets the other defectors who are going to be on the show.
Give me an example. What did you think about the South when you were still living in the North?
남한에 가면 막 중국이나 뭐 남한에 가면 막 손발 다 잘라서 너네를 이런 감옥에다가 엮고 막 거기는 인간들이 사는 데 아니라 그런 이야기 했어요. 근데 저희는 막 가만 이런 CDR 같은 거 봤어요. 집에서 보면 나 또 저런 나라 가서 살아봤으면 그런 생각도 많이 했어요. 근데
Another defector, Jo-Soo Lim, tells me she's happy to be out of North Korea, but sometimes she still misses home.
진주 뭐 엄청 뭐 좋은 음식이 있어도 아프면 제일 먼저 생각나는 게 고향 음식이 있더라고요. 북한 음식.
Wow. Do you like it? Yeah? Is that the kind of thing you'd normally wear?
그냥 편한 바지랑 티 같은 거 입고.
Two years ago, Soo-Jung was living an isolated life in North Korea. Now, she's going to tell her story to millions.
Soo-Young's about to go on. I think she's backstage here somewhere. Probably incredibly nervous. Soo-Young, how are you doing?
저 시간이 다 다가오니까 심장이 더 뛰고 있어요.
Yeah. It's normal. Totally normal. Good luck.
안녕하세요. 저는 양강도 해산시에서 온 이수연입니다. 저희 아버지는 군인들 소 훔치는 데서 망을 봐주다가 저희 아버지는 징역 10년을 갔어요. 저희는 하루아침에 아빠랑 생이별을 당하고 저희는 산골로 저희 추방됐고요. 어렸을 때 힘들게 살한 거 이야기 들으려고 여기 나왔습니다. 감사합니다.
Finally, Soo-Jung gets the chance to tell everyone about the moment her father was taken away.
이번에는 아빠 따라오는 길이 아니라고 며칠만 기다리면 아빠 올 수 있다고서 아빠 장갑이랑 이렇게 목수건이랑 저한테 끼워주면서 좀만 기다리면 엄마랑 같이 올 거라고 아빠 가면서 제가 보이지 않을 때까지 손 주워주면서 그게 제일 아버지 마지막 기억인 것 같아요.
수연 씨.
어떡해.
이명선 대표님, 저 북한에서는 수용소에서 돌아가시면
Soo-Jung's story has moved both North and South Koreans in the studio.
그러니까 원래는 이제
It's moments like this that bring in the ratings. The crew decide to take a break. I joined Soo-Jung after the show.
사람 말만 해도 진짜 눈물만 나오고 했는데 내 아빠에 대해서 진짜 너무 억울하고 북한에선 진짜 그렇게 말해도 누가 뭐 들어줄 사람은 없어요. 막 이렇게 말하면 그러면 그렇네 막 했는데 여기서 그런 소리 하면 정말 막 엄청 깜짝 놀라고 하는데 세상에는 알리지는 못해도 이만갑에서 뭐 아빠에 대해서 아빠가 이렇게 억울하게 돌아가시고 우리 가족은 억울하게 이런 처벌도 당했다고 그런 조그만한 뭐 조금 TV에서라도 말했으니까 조금 마음은 좀 후련하고 그런 것 같아요.
So now that you've been on TV for the first time, do you think that's what you want to do?
네, 뭐 다시 나가고 싶어요. 하다가 도중에 굳어가지고 다시 들어올 줄 알았어. 근데 대담하게 거기서 하는 거 보고 나도 내 자신을 그때 조금 더 알아간 것 같아요. 좀 더 대담해지고
I think you're very brave.
잘 모르겠어 말하는데.
Soo-Jung knows her words may be heard in the north too, on smuggled copies of the show. Shortly after we left, tensions between the international community and North Korea escalated. While the world struggles to contain Kim Jong-un's nuclear program, defectors like Eun-hee and Soo-Jung are challenging the regime in a different way, by speaking out.